Let's share this shit out.
We may not be experts in the game, but we're giving our advice all the same. Like the Three Stooges, we'll bring the fun. Talking CAW wrestling, second to none. Let's talk CAW shop. Turn up the dial, unfiltered opinions, that's our style. Crack your headphones and give us a listen. The Let's Talk CAW podcast. The Let's Talk CAW podcast.
Alright, so we're just sharing out the show, then we'll get started. You were the one who told me to put that line in there. Hello, Angel of Darkness. Hello, Lady Sky. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? We are just getting the stream shared out real quick. This smart one. Oh, there you go. Now I can see it. There, that's better. How are you guys all doing today? Welcome in. We are sharing out the show right now, and then we'll get going. God damn you! Quick draw, mother. I'll share out the Twitch portion of it. Okay. Damn you! I hate you, Quick Draw. Ha! I think we're all sharing out in the same places. God damn it. Joker! What's going on, Joker? Monster! Hey! Okay. I think that comment right there would be better said on a certain morning show, but anyway. Hey, Primetime, what's going on? Hey, it's Riley Wolf. Hello. Greetings. Greetings. Alright, let's go and get to it. We are sharing it out right now, and then we'll get going here. Let's see. Did you already get to Kelly before me? No, you didn't. Haha! You can't hear these guys right now, but we are trying to share the show out in a competition to see if we can get to different places first. Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Now they can. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Let's Talk CAW Shop podcast. I am joined alongside Odds and Samurai today. Odds and Samurai, say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Why are you singing?
As everyone knows, welcome to the Let's Talk CAW Shop podcast.
Welcome to the Let's Talk CAW Shop podcast. All right, so
with your host, Lumberjack Beetle.
Lumberjack Beetle. I had to laugh. So we always
Beetle Borland.
Yeah, you got to it before me. God damn it. We always do this thing where we share memes in our private chat for this. And whenever one of us is like, "So are you guys ready? What's going on?" And I did that to these guys earlier today. And Odds, I'm already wearing the plaid shirt at this time, by the way. Odds shares a freaking home improvement screen snap, and it's got Tim in a suit and Al in plaid, and I'm just like, God damn it. He doesn't even know what he just did. And he's gonna find out when we go live. Hey, look, it's a rage! And
If I remember correctly, hey, Rage. If I remember correctly, I believe that gift that I shared was from the episode where the owner of the company of Binford died.
Happy 5 months. All right, so and it's a Blaze McCoy.
Anyways.
Let the birds out.
Also, both you and Chaz can go fuck yourselves.
It's like, who let the birds out?
I'm not the dish. It's not you. It's odds. It's odds.
Who let the birds out? I don't know. I have that stuck. Damn, Blaze, thank you. That's now stuck in my head.
I couldn't resist.
Here we go.
I couldn't resist odds.
God damn.
You gotta drink the blame at somebody. It's not gonna be one of them.
The hate is real. Just tune in every Friday night for my GM. That's when the hate gets really real, and that's when it's really fun too. Oh, god damn. It's like, ring the bell. All right. Okay, let's get to business.
But yes, this is the Let's Talk CAW Shop podcast.
Yes, this is. And thank you all for tuning in today.
And honestly, this episode is going to be a little bit of a kind of a peek behind the curtain, a little bit more than normal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Because we're going to be talking about how feuds work in CAW wrestling / digital wrestling. How feuds work in this hobby. Throughout all the shows that how we do it, and also how we have seen it done with other shows.
So, Blaze, you're on YouTube. First I was down there, now I'm up here. Anyway, go on.
As it will depend on person to person, in fairness. So,
as always.
So, how do we want to start? Who wants to start talking about this, guys? Do you want me to start? Do you guys want to start?
I'm gonna let Odd start on this one if he wants to.
All right.
Yeah, that would work. From the side of the CAW wrestling world or digital wrestling where I'm from, the normal traditional way of doing a feud, but again, this differs from Fed to Fed. The owner of the company tells both people, let's say it's me and Samurai. The owner of the Fed will tell me and Samurai, hey, you are in a feud with you're in a feud with Samurai, you're in a feud with Odds, you're in a feud with Samurai. Whatever our cause are for that show. We will then, even if we have never talked in that Fed before, we will talk privately, talk about, hey, what do you want to do with the feud? We could do this. We set up what we're thinking. We pass it along to the owner of the Fed, see if he's fine with it, and if he is, we move forward.
Yep.
That's normally how that side works. And obviously it helps more if the people involved are friends. But I took a little bit of that for my show. For my show, I took a little bit of that. Just a tiny bit. And since I more have since normally I have more story idea, I have most of the story ideas. I have, just like most shows, if you come to me and give an idea to add to the feud, I will and it's good, I will more than likely use it, even if I don't think it's necessarily great. I will always twist it and fit it in anyway, but fit it into to the way I like. Most shows, most feds that you're ever a part of, no matter what side of CAW you're on, it's always about engagement and how, and it's always about engagement. One of the ways of engagement that I've not necessarily agreed with, sense of how many people that have different just work schedules and different things that happens with everybody, is you have to constantly give the owner ideas. If you're that
Yeah, I
active,
get that.
if you're that active, then you'll get farther in the Fed. I've never necessarily agreed with that, but I've seen that style done. Especially, and I don't like that, especially because just because you pitch the idea doesn't mean they're going to do it. So that means you could completely waste an idea.
I guess I could see your point there, but I also don't see anything wrong with sharing the idea with the owner anyway, because
Oh yeah, there's never anything wrong with
'cause, I mean,
sharing the idea with the owner.
you could share the idea with them, and it may not be what they have in mind for your character, but the idea that
Yeah.
you gave them could end up working for somebody else, and that could end up benefiting you later on down the line.
Oh, definitely. And that's the idea of that style. That style, that's the idea. Is that it's not, that idea is not necessarily probably going to go with you, but if the owner likes it, it may be used for somebody else.
Now the only catch-22 with that process is you give somebody that idea and then they all of a sudden go, that would work so much better with this character than with yours. Then your idea doesn't go to you.
And that's one of the problems.
Yeah, that is the problem right there, because then
that's one of the problems that you end up happening with that style. But you'll notice with every style that how a feud starts in a Fed,
go on.
There's always flaws in all of them.
Yeah,
none of them are perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it just works for you. It's just what works for you.
Right. I see that.
Samurai, how many different ways of doing things have you seen throughout your travels?
Okay. It depends. For one, there's like the ones where it's like you get two people in a group chat and like bounce it off with the owner and stuff like that. Which Rage knows that's one way he's done it before in the past, because that's how I think the triple threat for some people were done. Same with like there's like a feud that I had with Shane Sabin where we bounce off ideas with each other in the little group chat that we had. I've also been in a company where pretty much you have to pitch ideas to the owner and booker, and that gets you your stuff going. I don't like it that much because I'm like, you're expecting me to come up with ideas, and sometimes I'll be bankrupt. So,
neither do I. That I'm with you on that.
I'm also that guy where I would also prefer to book it the way where it's like I will get you in a chat, and then I can bounce ideas off with you, and if it works. Or if I can't make it work, I can just tell you straight to your face, yeah, I can't make this work. Can you give anything else?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I've also just like seen how Universal can book sometimes, so
that's true.
So sometimes Universal works out pretty well. So
yeah.
Now Beetle.
Ooh, this
Your turn.
This is the fun one. Okay. For me, when it comes to like views and what I've seen and and whatnot, I've kind of started exposing myself to a lot more different ways of doing things than just the way that I've always done it. And the way that I've always done it is I'll book the feuds and then I'll reach out to the people who are in the feuds. Sometimes, if I know they're busy, then I'll just book the feud anyway and let it play out. But half the time, most of the feuds I do are with my own characters. And the reason I do it that way is I can tell the stories I want without offending anybody. Because that's always been my...
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, but the... Man, they always want to shock me. Anyway, getting back on point here.
I don't know if anyone was shocking you.
I know. Someone said that someone should, but please don't.
Yeah, we don't shock Beetle on the on the podcast.
Luckily on the podcast I have nice leather or nice they actually let me sit in the rubber chair. So I don't get electrocuted.
Oh, actually on the podcast we have my cool shiny Alolan Golem.
Oh god.
To take most of the brunt of the electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, the way that I normally do my stories and my feuds is I'll think about like the next 5 or 6 weeks and I'll see, all right, what can I do to get this going? So a good example is Carolyn Elgin and Scarlet McLeod. That was like the big feud going into High Octane, and the whole thing was something happened where Elgin did a fireball. And I was talking to Odds, and I go, I can't believe this, but Elgin got disqualified in this match via fireball. How the hell am I going to get out of this? And he's like, well, what if you did a feud from it? What if you had Elgin be suspended for a few weeks from it? So Elgin was suspended for a few weeks. And Scarlet approached management and said, let her back in. I want a match with this bitch. Mm-hmm. And I want an ambulance match, and it's going to be the main event of High Octane, which is like the WrestleMania show that I do every year. Mm-hmm. So that was my.
And if anybody that loves old school wrestling thinks this sounds familiar, it's because it is. For anyone that's ever seen Dusty Rhodes versus Kevin Sullivan in Florida,
which makes sense.
This just pretty much runs exactly the same way.
The only difference is they get to High Octane, they get to the main event, and I don't get the payoff that I was hoping for, which was Elgin being locked in the ambulance. Instead, it was Elgin attacked the face, and they're protected with the face mask.
Actually, that's exactly how the Dusty feud went.
Oh, that's even better. Wow. So the heel won.
Yes. It was bringing him. It was asking him to come back. He Hey,
Bloodborne.
Sullivan blinded Dusty's quote sister. And in Sullivan's first match back, Dusty put him over.
That right there, right up there, Blaze. Your point, where is it on this one? Right there. That point right there. I got a point with this hand. I'm pointing on the Twitch feed. This hand is for the YouTube feed. Anyway, very good point right there.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't always have to be about the world title. Jesse Jackhammer, welcome to the show. It does not have to always be about the world title. Mm-hmm. Gab trying to steal.
Yes, I can definitely talk more on that, because that's nearly everybody that starts off in this hobby. They all are like that. They all have these little promos in there that look like they're promoing from their closet, with whispering as much as possible, saying, I want a world title match.
Yeah. Well,
or typing it. I want a world title match. It's like, that's not how that works.
Well, and
It's not how it works at all.
and to Bloodborne's point, you can do PvP, you can do AI
yeah.
VAI. It does not matter. However you do your show, it's your show. Do it the way you want to do it.
It's like
No
it's like
judgment
Blaze
here.
says. It's like how Blaze says, no way of doing this hobby is wrong.
Yeah. No way of booking your show is
Blaze-
wrong. It's your show.
Blaze, it is very Pacific. I've seen that so many times. You do not. I have seen that way too many times.
And it does take time. I remember my first time in a Fed. Well, actually, no. By that point, I had watched enough. I think I took the time to watch. I've always been the more withdrawn type, so it took me like a year before I even approached somebody to be in their Fed. Like even with you odds, it took me a year to approach you to even ask to have a con CPW. Like I didn't ask for anything at first. And even when Delvin got in there, like I wasn't even asking for world titles. I just wanted him on the show. I was like, I'm happy to have him on the show. I was that humble about it.
Technically, your first Fed was back in the day with SPW.
Yep. Technically. Yes, but I wasn't really active back then. But when I became active and I was more active in things, I was very cautious. Like if you put me in a Fed, if you put me in a world title feud, I will talk about the world title feud like it's no other. Especially as Mavericks this year. Put Kelly near a world title and he's going to talk about it. But put him near something else and he's going to talk about that instead. Thank you.
As I told Beetle early on, and as he's learned, every part, just like in real wrestling, which is what many indie wrestlers should learn too, every part in the show matters.
Yep.
Every part in the show matters. Whether you're one of the opening jobbers, whether you're in the mid card, or whether you're in the main event.
Hell.
Every part of the show matters.
I've sent someone a mid-card jobber before on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, I need a character for my show. I go, here, I have this guy. And I just sent it over to him. Not telling them that this character was a jobber. And the funny thing was, they actually hit me up and like, I can't get your character to win. Like, I don't know what's going on. I can't get him to win anything. And I go, that's good. He's not supposed to win. What do you mean? I go, I'm not after world titles. I sent you a jobber. He goes, what? I was like, yeah. He's not supposed to win. He's supposed to lose. That's his job. Oh
yeah, like Gab when he got John Prickington.
Yes. That was the funniest damn thing. I signed John Prickington. I was like,
Really?
you just signed Philip.
Like,
Congratulations.
really?
You signed Philip's second cousin.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, there's a good example of a jobber who people love, right? Philip. People love Philip. Philip has never won a match. Philip, in fact, in his home Fed, the way that Q does it, Philip loses in like 5 seconds. Philip did what Mika did yesterday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Philip does what Mika did yesterday to Poison. Oy. There's a short for you guys. Go check out that short. I have a full matchup. It's under a minute long. But there's a full match.
The full short. The full short.
The whole table match.
The full short of Philip doing the Dominator to Wally.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yes, that was hilarious. When he did that, I went like, you have got to be kidding me.
It's like,
right? The show does not need to be a spot fest. To be fair, I saw he had 0 downloads and just wanted to see a 1 there. That's cool. That's cool. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. John Prickington getting a little bit of love.
But to be fair, I think the reason for that is the name.
Oh yeah, yeah, stars.
Yes, because I actually now know more of the reason why that happened. It's not just the name.
Oh yeah, it's something else too.
Yes, it's the Twitter handle.
Oh yeah.
Or social media.
That is why Barbara and Alice Pierce, the hardcore cowgirl version, both have stars as their name. Because for whatever reason, if you have one thing that they deem in that thing inappropriate, the whole information list is starred.
Yeah. Wow.
I like using jobber calls on my show for the reason that they've been used all throughout history. Because before Russo, they weren't called jobbers, they were called enhancement talent, because that's exactly what they're doing. Enhancing the stars. They have a more important job than anybody else.
They have to put on a good match and put over whoever the star is, and make it look
and
like
some of them used to have amazing talent, like being able to like dislocate their arm at will. So one of the guys could just break their arm. And quote, break their arm, and it would look devastating, like, oh my gosh, he just destroyed that guy. And you would remember that, even if you don't remember the jobber's name.
But you'd remember what the heel did. Remember that one time he broke that one guy's arm? Radio Rex is an unenhanced untalent. Rex is one of my favorite enhancement. I don't know if Rex is actually an enhancement talent or not, but he is one of my favorite.
He's not. He's one gold.
He's one of my favorite unenhancement talents to use. Because no matter what, he doesn't even have to cut a promo. I can just put him on the card, and he gets booed to hell and back. He doesn't even have to be in the match. He can just be around the area. And Phoenix is a good example of that too. Phoenix can just show up to the arena and be like, "Hey guys, I'm here," and it's just like, "Oh god, this guy." Mm-hmm. Who let Phoenix in here?
Don't let him in! Gosh dang it!
Yeah. Don't let him in. Damn!
Apparently, Fuck is the champion.
God damn it. You have to type it all out as one word, Chaz. One whole word.
Yeah, you have to type it out as one word. You have to type it out as one word, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. We found that out the hard way.
Chaz. Shut up, Rex. I didn't mean it in that way.
Especially when I became champion.
I said you're a good heel, okay? Don't get cocky now.
There you go.
We've heard about how everyone else does it. Samurai, how do you set up feuds on? How do you set up feuds on your show with other people's cause?
It depends, really. It either if I have a story in mind that I want to do, then I'll go for it, or someone could come to me and go, "Hey, I want to do this," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, let me see if it works." And if both parties agree, then I go for it. Although usually I just stick to the confines of my own show. I don't use someone else's show to get a feud going.
We've never done that with each other.
No,
right?
not even you there, Beetle. It's not even you. It's someone else.
Yeah, Odds and I have never fed off each other to start feuds on each other's shows.
No, never.
Never, not at all. No. never did that with anybody at all, not Delvin or Phoenix.
Uh,
I actually don't think I touched on my how I would do feuds with everybody else. But what my process essentially is, and you guys will see in my Discord now. If you're in the Discord, what I have in here now is a promo room, and what I'm going to start doing is going in the promo room and typing, these people are going to be feuding next, or something along those lines. Or I might actually, if I want to keep it quiet, I'll hit whoever it is up in private and say, hey, you're going to be in a feud with so-and-so, here's the storyline. How do you want to cut your feud? Or how do you want to cut your promo? And then I'll let them do it ahead of time, and I'll say, okay, let's refine that a little bit. No, Rex, not Discord. Although, don't ask me.
Discord, damn it.
Just don't ask me to share my screen as far as like what my OBS looks like and that thing says. You don't want to know what it says. It actually says what he typed. But anyway,
gosh dang it.
I was a little Blaze just like great point, Kyle. Damn, you made me say that.
But yeah, I kind of I've been learning from like other people and how they do things, and I really like how Blaze booked that feud that the two of us,
Give me a hell yeah!
and the two of us and TJ were in with Kelly and TJ and Danny and Carmen. The way that he set that up and how he pulled us all in and said, okay, give me ideas. I like how he did that. And Blaze, I really like how you did that, because I think I'm going to try and do something similar moving forward with Galaxy and with MXT. I'm going to be reaching out to the people who are on those shows saying, hey, you guys are going to be feuding now, so how would you like to cut your promo? And try and like get it out of the way ahead of time so people know going into the show when they're on, it's like, this is what we talked about, so this is what I need you to do.
Something like that. That works.
We could see you. Sorry, had to.
You can't see me. You're not John Cena.
Champ is, you can't see me. Hey, Kyle, you're the champion.
God damn it.
Oh,
love it.
man. That's fun. I'm sorry. It's fun. It's
I
fun.
love like, hey, Turtwig. Anyways, shall we move along?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. We can move this along. I believe our next topic is going to be. Do look at my notes right
Which
now.
I believe we're going to talk about few rivalries, technically.
Yeah, rivals.
I know we already kind of discussed this before, but
So we
might as
said,
well talk about how we proceeded on our shows.
I believe we were going to talk about feuds, and then we were going to go into rivals from there.
Some of that,
Or
yeah.
did I
Yeah,
read that
rivals.
wrong? Rivals.
Yeah, rivals, and we're not talking about that new hit Marvel game.
Who the hell sent the chimp? Wait, the chimp gave somebody a banana? Who did he give a banana to? Gosh dang it, I told him I needed all the bananas. That's my potassium, damn it. Anyway, rivals. Yes. So, I don't know how you guys want to start here, but if neither of you want to, I can go first this time.
Yeah, you go for it. I'll be in the middle. I'll be in the middle this time again.
Okay. So we're going in GM order. Whoever goes last goes first, and then whoever's in the middle is in the middle.
Sounds good to
pretty
me.
much.
All right, cool. So for rivals, I like utilizing rivals. I like utilizing rivals on my show because I can have two people who don't feud for a very long time, and if they end up facing each other, I can feed into whatever their old rivalry was and talk about it and add to that match. So if I have two people who I know are fierce rivals, let's say, I'm not using those two. Let's say I end up grabbing Taipan, for instance.
Phoenix Delvin.
Now, let's say I grab Taipan and she ends up fighting Jin. I'm avoiding Phoenix Delvin on purpose because we've talked about that 1,000 times. So Taipan and Jin for...
And you just talked about it again, so it wasn't in one.
Yeah, I know. Taipan and Jin, for those who, if you've never seen Oz's show, if you've never seen CPW, they had a best of 7 at one point, where they had some amazing matches against each other. If she ever showed back up, if Taipan ever showed back up on the show, instantly the first person that I would probably have her have an interaction with is Jin, because they've had that rivalry they're rivals of each other. Or like, God, I'll use them for instance, Phoenix. If Phoenix ever finds Delvin again on my show, you know I'm playing into it, because it's like these two can't stand each other. They have probably the longest history of anybody on the show. So if they run into each other, I'm gonna let people know they can't stand each other. Or if in Galaxy and I'm doing let's say I'm doing a crossover next year event between Galaxy and MXT, if Blaze, who got drafted to Galaxy, happens to fight Gav, you know, one of Blaze's rivals might be at ringside. I don't know. I can't say who. I don't want to say his name. It might be right there already. It might be up there already on the board, but I'm not saying his name. That person might be... Shut up, Odds. That person might be at ringside.
I hate you, Odds.
He said it 3 times, too. God damn. But that person might be at ringside. And hey, Wally, what's going on? How you doing? But yeah, that guy might be at ringside.
Hey, Wally.
Oh no. Oh, unfortunately, yes, it could be you. But yeah, that guy might be at ringside. And I know those two can't stand each other, so I can play that into the match. Or hell, whenever Gav and Kelly fight. Gav and Kelly hate each other. That's another one. I don't even have to build that match. They run into each other and it's like Gav actually costed Kelly a world title recently. So I can play into that. Or he cost Kelly a championship recently by low blowing him and then stealing the pin. Great move, by the way. Low blowed him, stole the pin, forced himself into a deathmatch championship match, and then Kyle still defended the belt when the title was on the line. And then he did it again in a Fatal 4-Way. I was like, come on, lose it. Nope. Damn it. Sorry, Kyle. I was trying to make you lose that belt, but your character just went, I am not losing this belt anytime soon. Which is fine. So Kyle actually had the most defenses in that single series that I did. Kyle is one of the last people to enter into the Champions Cup before the finals. He's got one of the top seeded spots. Literally in the playoffs. There's 2 people that are going to start there. And I'll get more into that. I'm going to do a separate stream at some point on the Champions Cup. But anyway, I'm breaking off from
yes, you
our
are.
topic.
Well, Ben, so
Back on topic before I shock you.
Back on
Boy's
topic.
going to go downhill pretty quick, so my bad.
No, it's okay.
Another thing that is great for rivalries is later down the line. That's why never forget a rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Because down the line, if people that were rivals, one of them turns, let's say, heel, and the other person is already a heel, is still a heel, you could play off that. Or if the heel that was feuding with that person turned babyface, you could play off the distrust.
Hell,
Never forget. Well, if it's something that is stuck in your fans' minds, never forget it.
we did that when Hell froze over last season with Delvin and Phoenix for a little bit before, they turned on each other ultimately. But and they turned on each other. That was the funny part. But we did that.
like heels would.
Yeah, we did that with Delvin and Phoenix for a minute. Hell froze over, and they were working together for a minute. And I remember Feet's reaction. Feet was like, "Am I seeing this?" If I remember that right,
Yes, you are.
He was more than that, but am I really seeing this? I think I got a "Do you like working here?" Comment from him when that happened.
Yes, he did.
So,
yes, you did.
That was so much
do
fun.
you like working here?
Yeah. Do you like working here? It's like, I mean, maybe. Like, I'm not the one doing this. They're doing it. I'm the commentator. That's the fun part. That's the fun part with heels. When your heel is really getting heat and people know you're booking and they're your character, they're like, "Are you seriously doing this right now?" I'm like, "I'm just the announcer. I don't like what he's doing, but I'm just the announcer."
I'm just the announcer. Please direct your hatred towards the characters on screen.
Please,
Thank you.
Yeah, please take your thing out on them. Why isn't this working? Okay. Anyway, we will switch to our next person, Kyle.
Yes.
For your rivals, what's your stance on rivals? How do you utilize them in your show?
Depends really. For me, it's like, in fairness, I don't really ever get to get too much going so far, considering my shows usually stay a little inconsistent.
Okay.
But if I were to say for what I'm
in some shows,
is that I was I know earlier I said I would probably I hate using other companies to get some stuff off the ground. But at the same time, I can understand why people would do it if you're just trying to get a feud going.
Right.
You can still mention they've faced off before in other places, but the first time here or whatever. You can use that momentum on your side to get something going. Just don't explicitly name different companies and then bounce a feud from one show to another. I'm looking at you, freaking. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna say the name of the character because I don't need that kind of drama right now on this show because I just want to relax.
Thank you. Thank you. Just about to say, keep it professional.
I'm sorry, but pretty much for me, it's it depends. If it also depends on if I want to get the feud going, but also I also try to think about the fact that how can I change this up? How can I make this work differently here?
Right.
Even to the point of sometimes there's characters that have different gimmicks across different shows. For example, Adam Rage over on my side has this Joe Gacy type gimmick called the freaking Adam Peace. Essentially, just trying to kind of I think for what his promos say is purge toxic masculinity, and right out that first step is him going after currently one half of my women's tag team champions. Okay. He wanted to win the belts with her, and she just went I have a tag team partner already. I don't need another tag team partner, but thanks though.
Thanks, though. I've already got something going on. Bye. Okay, bye now.
I'll say I'm pretty sure Rage is gonna probably be oh, okay. He actually does remember still.
Yeah. Bye now. Bye now. Bye.
half waiting for that response.
But also, it's like, if I was to try to get something else going, I could also imagine, like, let's say for some reason, the Heelverse stuck around on Octane. Imagine a fucking tag team between Adam Rage and Kyle Young at both as heels. Rage is like, finally you forgot honor.
Hey, oh man, the Heelverse. I tried to purge that from my mind. So, okay.
Unfortunately, it still exists.
Yeah, so I made the mistake of doing a live universe and deciding in universe to when I went to my my settings here. Where are they?
The automatically shift alliances, right?
Yeah, I decided to be a dumbass and leave automatic rivalries on. So
basically, you'll have a match where like the good guy wins, and then suddenly, yeah, I hear voices in my head. Grab a steel
Automatic
chair.
rivalries are never the problem. It's the person setting them up.
Well, yeah, but no, it's this right here. The crowd reaction changing. I left it on by accident.
That's never the problem. It's the person setting it up.
It is. It was my problem. I'm saying it was my issue. I left it on. So what happened was the match started.
That's blaming it, not you.
No, I'm blaming myself. I already blamed myself.
I
said I left it on.
You're just trying to reinforce that point.
Yes, it was my fault that the Heelverse happened because I was a dumbass and I didn't turn this off. I left it on. But for next year, if you have a CAW on Galaxy or MXT, I'm leaving it on because I want.
Oh, so you're gonna still be a dumbass.
I'm gonna be a dumbass, but in a anything can happen way. So you send your character over, they're a heel. You never know, they could end up being a face before you know it. No, just kidding. I'll probably turn it off. But you get more.
Or you can not be lazy and set up the feud yourself.
Yeah, I'll be doing it live, so it'll be fun. All right, I gotta figure it out. Still, I'm still figuring out how I'm gonna do live.
Back to the topic.
A live universe. Anyway.
So, anyways, that's my thoughts on the topic. Odds, you're next.
Squirrel.
For Beetle, it's always a squirrel. Now, if he was,
you're also under that squirrel principle. Now,
squirrel. Where?
I'm making a joke. Damn it. Now, if he was distracted by Squirrel Girl in the Marvel Rivals game, now that I would understand.
Squirrel? Where?
I wish I could use my soundboard here, but I can't. Anyways, back on track. Back on track.
Oh, actually, Primetime had a good question before we get. Have we had a CAW that was a face? That was doing heelish stuff, or have we ever had like a face that does heelish stuff? So, like, I guess an Austin type character.
I don't think I've ever had that, but then again, if that was just me way back in the day, not realizing what face and heel alignments actually were.
Yeah, he's currently on my show. It's called Chris Knight.
Yeah, good point.
Chris has been around long enough that any heel stuff he does, people just start laughing at and start having fun with because they like his attitude and he's been around as a legend long enough.
He's able to get away with it.
Yeah, I can literally do nearly anything I want with him.
I was going to say a good example of what Primetime's asking about also is Desmond Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally a Stone Cold CAW, so he can come out, stun whoever the hell he wants, leave, and the audience is just like, yeah!
There's one other person that I know we can talk about from your side there, Odds.
Who would that be?
Although technically he only appeared once. We're Dennis!
Yep. Geddes.
That was a one-off.
Mhm.
That's why I
Drake
said
is. That was a one-off appearance.
I would argue because of the comedy factor behind the character that City is one of those characters too, but
But that ain't on my show.
I know it's not on your show or mine or Samurai's. Anyway, Hans, it's your turn. Sorry for the sidebar.
With Rivals, it's like I said. It's like I said earlier. I always remember the ones that have stuck out in people's minds. Especially if somebody turns face and they remember, oh, that's that asshole that did that one thing. Reference that and bring it up and even if the fans don't remember, remind them. Remind them why certain people are not trustworthy of them.
Good point.
It makes it one coherent story. A babyface, that was the problem with Vince's booking. When somebody turned babyface, it's just, well, everybody likes them now. They're just a good pal.
No, everybody.
No, when they turn face, people should have the attitude of, well, he was the asshole that a couple months ago was doing this. We shouldn't trust them.
And then it takes time for them to re-earn the trust of the people and the character. Well, it's like that one bizarro moment in 23 where I turned Jesus face for a small amount of time, and Jesus and Delvin were rivals, and I had this weird moment where Jesus was the face and Delvin was the heel. And Jesus actually offered Kyle help. And Kyle looked at him like, why the hell would I accept your help? Because the season before, Jesus made Kyle's life a living hell. Hey, Kyle, remember 2K22?
Yeah, I remember 2K22 because I remember fucking my tire got slashed. Oh, that's 2K23. My bad.
That was
still.
3, but two you dealt with when Jesus de Violencia on your day in your debut season.
All the fucking time.
Yes, he was a thorn in your side.
Just like Adam Rage. I mean, what?
Who?
Plus, around that season, you stole Devlin's sword.
That was not me that stole the sword. That was me that stole it.
That was too easy.
We are not gonna keep bringing this shit up, are we?
No, that was me being an idiot on another show when Delvin was there as a face and not a heel. But
that's honestly, that joke is way too easy to do.
Yeah.
It is. That's the thing. Like, the whole thing only started because I used a fucking stock footage of a sword in the ground for a fucking intro.
He's currently talking.
And Vito took the chance to basically go, oh yeah, Kyle stole my sword. And it caught like wildfire on BMH.
So not on my Fed primetime, but in another Fed, there was a face that nobody wanted to cheer for.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, his name is American Phoenix.
No. Well,
I was gonna say, if you're
too.
talking about a her, that her has one fan. Hi.
Oh, you're talking about Sabrina. I'm in a him over there. But it's only well, actually no. You kind of really are the John Cena of BMH because the women all cheer for Kyle, and if you get the right men in the chat, they all boo him.
Oh yeah. I don't know why. Like, for some reason, Kyle was just getting cheered by. What was the character? What was one person that did that?
all the women who watch BMH are huge Kyle Young fans. All the men, on the other hand, are like, he's a fiend and a horrible human being. It's just like, what the heck is going on here? Kyle hasn't done anything.
I think for some reason, I think Rick was the one that spearheaded that fucking charge.
Technically, that's a lot of cause in the BMH that season.
That's usually all. That's usually all male baby faces though in BMH. They always end up somehow getting.
Not even baby faces. They're squirrel brain.
Yeah, I know.
Not even baby faces.
I was like, usually it's either me, freaking, like, actually, yeah, Chris Knight gets called a crossfire sometimes. Basically, if you do something that catches the eye of somebody in the chat, yeah, you're gonna hear it for the next, like, probably 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, that feud was gonna be a lot better, but I just got busy.
Yeah. That's still.
I was
That's,
yeah.
I believe I was trying to finish up my 2K22 season, or trying to start up my 24 season.
that's still one I'd love to see the actual conclusion of, because I believe that ended in a draw. The last match.
It ended in a
Knight
draw.
and City
Plus, I
had
think
was a
they're
draw,
tag
if I
team
remember right.
champions now.
Oh yeah, they're tag team partners right now.
Not just partners; they're champions.
I know.
Depends on if he comes back. If Q comes back before a certain thing happens that I can't say on stream. Anyway,
Please hurry up and get this show back so we can see them as tag champions before last time.
Please,
Anyway, yeah,
please, if you're watching this,
but yes,
Yeah.
for rivals, never forget a rivalry. Never forget a rivalry or something that happened.
Do you have a good example for CPW of a rivalry that, or of rivals that hadn't faced off in a while and then finally did face off?
Delvin Phoenix.
Okay, other than Delvin Phoenix, I knew that you were going to go there, but other than Delvin Phoenix, I mean, there are others.
It is the easiest one. They are the ones that have had the rivalry the longest.
Yeah, that's true. Their rivalry is still going on, and it's getting more heated right now. And it's like, what's going on here? Are we in the Twilight Zone right now?
I'm waiting for the one time one of them pulls out a fucking gun, just goes, "Fuck you."
I still say their feud just
that was the Chris Knight Ray Giddis feud.
With Delvin and Phoenix. Their feud,
that's another story.
With Delvin and Phoenix, their feud just needs to end.
Delvin Phoenix are about to become Chris Knight, Ray Giddis too.
Nah, they just need to end their feud in a Texas death match. Actual done right. An actual done right Texas death match, though, not
with the actual rules.
The original rules, yes.
Not original, the actual rules. The actual rules of the bout. Not freaking Japan's rules of the match.
Yeah. And the actual rules were it was a pinfall, and then if you couldn't answer a 10 count after the pinfall, the match would end. Correct.
Yes, after the
pinfall.
After a bit of time, then you have a 10 count, and if they don't answer the 10 count, you win. But if they do answer the 10 count, you have to get the pinfall all over again.
And that could last for hours.
Yep.
And they did last for hours.
And what those bookers would do is they would book preliminary, or they would book matches.
No, they would book no matches.
Oh, I thought
they would book no matches and say if the match ends, this could be some matches that you would see.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Texas death matches would go all the way to curfew, and the match would have to end because of curfew,
and the feud would continue.
And yes, and they would do it all over again.
Jeez,
I'm just picturing like the people that show up, and they're expecting maybe to get a match, and they're like, "Oh, you're on the Texas death match card."
They were fine. They were fine with one match.
Well, you know what I mean, though.
Oh yeah.
Some people they show up to go to work, and they find out they're on the Texas deathmatch card. They're like, fuck, we might not even get to compete.
Oh, they
And with
probably wouldn't do
CPW, and with CPW, if everybody remembers, I've done an actual Texas Death match with the actual Texas Death rules.
Alice Pearson, Rivera Young, say hi.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Crowd paying
One of
to
my
come
favorite
back. She sounds about right.
edited matches.
I think the only one that comes close, I think, is the When Worlds Collide Mob versus Wilson Bain match.
Yeah.
That one was cool
Uh-huh. And very easy to do.
because it was just basically a street fight. That's all it was.
It's a street fight. Right hand, right hand, right hand, right hand, left, right. It was very easy to set up. Cornell Stokes interferes. Cover 1, 2, 3.
But yeah, anything else we want to say about these topics, both rivalries and feuds, just in general?
I like kind of intermingling them and having.
Actually, hold up. I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
Is there like a dream feud you guys have with any of your CAWs? Like, just like either ones that you've already done before, or one that you're like, ooh, I kind of want to see these, like this CAW of mine face this other CAW from someone else.
I got lucky enough to do one of those feuds in 22 and 23. I had really wanted to use Tasha Blaze at one point, and I got lucky enough. I got Rick to let me use her, and I was able to do Tasha versus Nebula. And that was an incredibly fun feud to do. I had Tasha win it first, and then I had Nebula ultimately get the final win, but that was one of the ones that I'm very happy I was able to do. There is one that I would like to do in the future with Nebula, and that would honestly be Nebula versus Imhotep. Whether that's on my show or whether Q does it, that is one that I would love to see. Because they each have a similar gimmick. They're each kind of an Undertaker type CAW. And they're each these big, dominant badasses, and I would love to see those two fight. For cruiserweights, I have the character, so I could set this up, and I did a test match before this show. For the cruiserweights, these two are the same height, almost. And one has been called the younger version of the other. I would love to see Chet and Delvin fight. That's one of them for me. That's one of my dream matches or dream feuds. That one doesn't even have to be about. It doesn't have to be about championships. It doesn't have to be about them hating each other. Just two guys who can go in the ring together. Those two can do it. That would be that best of 7 series. They literally before this stream fought for nearly 14 minutes. And it was a fantastic fight. And I was watching it going, I cannot wait until you two actually finally face off on screen. It's like they have chemistry. They really do. I don't know. Oh, shit. And they're both guys who can take on... They're both known for fighting people who are 2 or 3 times their size. And putting on fantastic matches with heavyweights and super heavyweights. So it's just like... That is kind of a dream feud for me. Don't peek on me. It's your turn to talk anyway. What are yours?
I have 2.
Okay.
In a way. One I know will definitely not happen. And I'll say the one that will not happen, and the one that I would like to happen, but probably will not either.
Okay.
Chris versus Tripolar.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
The man that can't shut his mouth against the man that barely talks.
Yes.
That could be really good, though. Depends on if
Chris has always been the one that when push comes to shove, if you put him in the heel position to face somebody that's a big badass, he will always take the ass kicking.
Yeah.
And that would be a fun one to do. Another one I've been wanting for a while, and if you ever hear BMH commentary, you'll always hear me kind of hint at it. Exodus versus Biggie Walls.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
That's a ring breaker feud right there. God damn.
I've heard you mention Exodus before on the show, so it's yeah, you could theoretically see those two go toe to toe.
Mm-hmm. The giant that 2K forgot versus Biggie versus the wall.
That would be kind of cool.
The protective wall.
The giant versus the protective wall. Holy shit.
I'll answer my own question. Here's one that I would since you guys kind of both said a BMH opponent you'd want. Here's the one I've kind of been looking forward to, but I don't know if it's ever going to happen. Mostly if Q ever gets the show back up and running again. CAW versus Prodigy.
Ooh.
I mean,
hey, what's up,
you
Jack?
see the goal. They both have the similar kind of vibe to them.
Hey, Tekken.
They do.
They both have the similar kind of vibe to them, and pretty much it doesn't even have to be either of them turning heel. They could both just work face and just be who's a better soldier kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Prodigy is actually a soldier and character, so it's I just know he has the John Cena kind of motions.
For something like that, I would do a number one contenders feud with them or something like that. Make it kind of about the belt, but not, make them fight for the number one contendership for something.
It's more it's not about the belt for them. It's more see who's the best. Who's the best man for the job, pretty much. That's it.
Oh, go on.
Look at it. Just who's the best person to go for the gold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tekken, this entire show has been about how feuds work.
I will say though, other
You're breaking up there a little bit, boss. Kyle? Can you guys hear me?
Excuse me, boss? When the hell did he become your boss?
He didn't. It's just a phrase. You were breaking up there a little bit, Kyle.
Hello?
We hear you now.
Hello?
We can hear you now. Hello?
Hello?
Kyle's...
Samurai, if you can hear us, blink twice.
Hello?
You broke up there for a minute.
You can't even see me blink!
That's the point.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, Kyle is having some internet issues right now.
It ain't me, Tekken.
So yep. So what we were talking about, or what we are talking about today, are feuds and rivals. How we book feuds, what we've seen other feds doing, and then how to use rivals, not just in feuds, but later on down the line. So, like, if you have two people who have fought before and are known as rivals, how you use them later on in a story. That's kind of what we were touching on. One of the things that Odds and I brought up was like Delvin and Phoenix, for instance. Anybody who's watched?
Thanks for the overblown explanation, Beetle Borland.
Oh, nice! Congrats, Tech. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Awesome.
That is awesome, Tech.
I think Samurai's internet has put him in internet jail.
I think so too.
I'm just listening to you guys at this point.
He's back.
Yeah, we hear him. But,
Cool.
so you were talking about your dream feuds. If you could book any, if you had a dream one, who would it be against?
Like I said, the whole Prodigy is probably the one I would want the most.
Okay. Do you have one other?
But I could also see like if. You know what? This actually is one that I've been wanting to see, mostly because that they've never actually crossed paths. The Battle of the Akiras, Akira Suzuki versus Akira Young.
Ooh.
That would be interesting.
It's mostly because I want to see a strong style collision. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That would be fun.
It's like if I would have sent her over to you, Odds, or to you, Beetle, because I know both of you have Akira Suzuki, so.
I mean, I am doing that whole draft so I can do the completely edited, pre-edited stuff for Octane. So I could always. We could talk about this. We could talk about this later.
Show.
Yeah, we'll do this after the show. Bring up some other stuff.
I already have a feeling from it, just like someone's gonna go, "I'm not another Young! God damn it!"
I could bring up some other stuff that I did.
There's a whole herd of them.
No, I could bring up some other stuff I did last year when I bring her back. Have her reference a few things.
Oh yeah, that's true. She was on your show for a little bit, but she never actually got to cross paths with Akira Suzuki before.
No, she was caught up in a different feud.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
Or Dover.
Yeah, like I said, I could have her bring up a few things when she gets back. That whole I still haven't forgiven you bit. Put her against Mika for a little bit.
Well, I mean, of course, she wouldn't forgive Kyle. I mean, she sided with Delvin.
Shut the fuck up, asshole!
Oh man, no, she was blackmailed into that. Delvin was an asshole.
I know. Yeah. I'm just messing with him.
Yeah. You knew as soon as you said that I was gonna want to react that way.
Yes, I did.
It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun.
That was another risk that I took, by the way, turning Delvin heel. So I did too good with it. I
am so proud of you.
He had so much heat it wasn't even funny, and then I was just like, I can't do it.
I was so proud of you.
That was fun. That was fun. It was fun playing heel as him, but man, I had people hating his ass. I had everybody in my chat wanting to fight him too, and I was like, oh shit, he's my undisputed champion. What am I gonna do here?
As I said, so proud of you.
But
anyways, I think we can wrap this up, can't we?
Yep, guys, thank you so much.
All right, everybody. The shop is officially closed.
Thank you.
We will have more. We will have more stuff. We will have more knowledge to sell and for you to see in the next episode in 2 weeks.
Yep. We'll have more stuff
for you.
Yep.
Hope everybody has happy holidays.
And we will see you guys next year. Next year, wow.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Say
pretty
next
much.
year. And next year, with the Let's Talk CAW Shop podcast, hopefully we'll have a big announcement for you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
It's a great time, and we're really happy that you're with us with definitely a lot more topics to be seen in the shop next time.
We've got plenty.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Plenty
Happy
of
holidays.
topics. Oh, hold on. I actually have a little surprise for you guys.
Oh,
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. Do I have one of those already pulled up here? Media player. Let me see. Game capture, emote wall, live scene, chat overlay. Where's the main attraction one at? It's right here. Okay. It's gonna try and open another video, but I'm gonna have to switch it out. I have a surprise for Kyle and Odds that I was working on.
oh,
Yeah, little surprise. Where is it at? Recorded video.
a video. Oh dear.
Yep.
I'm afraid.
So am I.
Oh, calm down.
Welcome to the Let's Talk CAW Shop Box, where we talk all about the digital wrestling hit.
Oh, where's the logo?
We're here to talk fucking shows.
The logo.
Will this
guys,
happen?
it's Triple B,
Will this happen
and
sometime
I
today?
am one of your
I was like,
co-hosts
did
on
you
the
try to show us the
Let's Talk
logo
CAW
that
Shop
they made?
podcast here on the Triple B YouTube channel.
It's an actual commercial.
Every other
Oh.
Sunday. Myself, Odds, and Samurai usually
Will this
sit
happen
around
sometime
and
today?
talk about CAW wrestling and
It's
all
already
the
on the
little
screen.
intricacies that you could think of regarding CAW wrestling. As far as creating a character,
Let's see this. At
playing
least on
a
my
character in
Twitch.
eFed, the differences between edited federations and live federations, how to set up your game from your sliders based on what you're doing, and just all the little different things that you could think of that go into this hobby. And believe me, there's a lot more
see it,
to it
dude.
than you think. So if you're interested in learning about any of that, check out the Let's Talk CAW Shop podcast every other Sunday here on the Triple Beat YouTube channel. And
Yeah, I don't see it, so you'll have to show us after the stream or
Button
something.
and leave us up. Will do. We'll see you in the streams.
It is playing.
I was on my Twitch, and Twitch is being a buggy piece of crap.
Yes, he is. It is playing. Doofus decided to use the same background as he's using for this podcast.
Yep. I just threw a little commercial together, so yeah, but it's playing right now on YouTube. Yeah, it's on a delay.
Oh, okay.
It's
Asshole.
it's on a delay. That's all. Hey Temple, what's going on?
Hey, Temple.
But
Nah,
yeah,
I was like, nah, Gav, I was like that. So I'm not being an idiot. I just didn't realize that he was just, he was already playing it on screen.
Yes, it's him in the same position, just talking like he was throughout the entire stream.
pretty much.
Oh,
So you could be forgiven if you didn't realize that he was actually,
Yes,
on screen.
as we're muting the stream, so we're not hearing him twice or hearing ourselves twice.
Yeah. All right, I'll show them afterwards. So
Yeah, please.
yeah, we for you viewers at home, we have a commercial. We now have a commercial. So, that was fun, and that'll actually be posted on my YouTube channel at some point, and I'll send it to Odd so he can put it on his, and Samurai so he can put it on his too.
Gotcha.
I was seeing double 4 beats. All right, guys. Well, on that note, It has been a
Is
fun
that how many
Okay,
times? Is that how many
Wait,
times?
hold on.
Is
We
4
were
how many
saying
times
double.
beats his meat?
God
If
damn.
we were seeing if we were seeing double for beat, would it be six? Would it be a sextuple beat?
Damn you, samurai.
Anyway,
Anyway, on that note, guys, it has been fun.
the shop is closed.
This shop is closed, and we will see you all next time.
Happy holidays, everybody!
Happy holidays and get out of here. We have to start sweeping.
Welcome to the Let's Talk Car Shop Box, where we talk car about the digital retro in it. You already know, we're here to talk booking shows. We may not be experts in the game, but we're giving our advice all the same. Like the Three Stooges, we'll bring the fun. Talking car wrestling, second to none. Let's talk car shop, turn up the dial. Unfiltered opinions, that's our style. Crack your headphones and give us a listen. The Let's Talk Car Podcast.
Thank you guys. See you all later.